So, into the finals with the Dark Bounty. Once again, I'm on the top here. Here's my hand. I'm excited to try and get Garrick's Horde down, and I figure I've got enough land to do it. And I'm up against a green-black mirror with a much more explosive start than I. No, wait, that's me. Ha! I'm on the top. So my opponent plays a Sliver Construct, and I'm like, uh-oh. He's in green-black. I'm expecting Predatory Slivers. I'm expecting the Siphon Sliver. Maybe a Ground Shaker. That's not how this goes. So I play out a Curse Spirit, which, of course, the Sliver Construct can block, but whatever, and pass it back. Play out Liliana, because why not? Go looking for a swamp. Then my opponent plays Mutavault, and I'm like, okay, we're definitely in some Sliver Tribal here. Alright, alright. Keep on looking for swamps, sending the deck a non-zero percentage. Then my opponent plays a Mountain, and I'm like, what, wait, whoa, what? Boom, Battle Sliver. Uh-oh. So he's got this 4-2 Sliver Construct now, and the 5-3, and the Mutavault can become a 4-2 as well. And he goes on and attacks with it. And I'm like, well, you know what? Sure. I just trade the Advocate off. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to deal with that. I got enough trouble. And I got a Garrick's Horde coming down. So what happens here, I got a Garrick's Horde coming down, and I decide to use Liliana to take out the Battle Sliver by giving it -3/-3. And my opponent busts out the Ranger's Guile on the Battle Sliver to save it. And I'm like, well, I can't really do much about that. Also, now that I have Garrick's Horde in play, it's revealing the top card of my library, which in this case is a Ranger's Guile, which is a little awkward. So, he still has the Battle Sliver, but I've got my Garrick's Horde, so it's not like he can really attack. I just decided I didn't want him, you know, getting other stuff, animating the Mutavault or whatever. So my opponent thinks about sacking the Corpse Hauler for a moment and then just passes the turn back. I go looking for another swamp. The top is now a forest. So what you saw very, very briefly there, and I wish I'd lingered more on, you see me in the chat here go, oops. So, beginning of the turn, the top card of my library was actually a Rumbling Baloth. 4/4 for 4. And Garrick's Horde is, you may cast the top card of your library if it's a creature card. So I saw the Rumbling Baloth, and I was like, alright, sweet. I'm going to cast that, but first, I'm going to go looking for a swamp. And we literally just made a joke about this in the latest episode of Friday Nights. I go tutoring for the swamp, and as soon as I say I'm going to tutor for it, I realize I've just shuffled away my Rumbling Baloth. I felt so stupid. Because this is what the top card of my library ended up being. I felt really, really dumb about that. Attack with a Curse Spirit, because if he wants to trade it for the Corpse Hauler, he can, but really I think because he was diddling about and debating sacking it, I think he wants to, just to get his Sliver Construct back. So I actually don't think he's going to let this trade happen. And indeed he doesn't. He sacks the Corpse Hauler, brings back his Sliver Construct, which is fine. If he wants to use it for the Sliver Construct, that's fine. He casts Enlarge on the Battle Sliver and aims it squarely at Liliana, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty scary, but luckily it must be blocked if able, but it's not by everything, so I can just throw the Elvish Mystic in front of it. I have plenty of mana, I don't need him anymore. And that means all this damage is going at Liliana and not me, so alright. Throw the Mystic in front, bye-bye Liliana, whatever. And you got your Sliver Construct, fine. So now I feel pretty good attacking with both of these. If he wants to trade the Construct for the Accursed Spirit, he's welcome to, which he does, and the Garrick's Horde gets in for a ton of damage, and I still have the Ranger's Guile up to protect it. And this is a race I'm currently winning. So, surprise, surprise, you know, you can see the top card of my library, you can see the Liturgy of Blood coming, and he knows I have the Giant Growth, because that's what he saw last turn, so I'm not really getting much value off the Horde, but I have this Ranger's Guile that I'm hoping he's forgotten about, so, you know, I can protect it. So he activates Mutavault, and I'm thinking, aha, he's forgotten about the Giant Growth that I just drew, he's going to double block, I'm going to get major blowouts, but then he just scoops. So I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. Oh, I can actually... Can I draw my next card? No, I can't. All right. So, game 2. All right, game 2 of the finals. I'm back on the bottom again. And I keep this hand. I think it's a pretty sweet keep. Of course, the Spore Mound isn't there. I've got 3 mana. It's in my colors. I've got a big scary guy for later on. I've got a Liturgy of Blood. I've got a Troll Hide. And I've got a Zombie Minotaur. In worst case scenario, I can cast both of these and I Troll Hide a zombie or an Undead Minotaur, and why not? So he goes turn 1 Mutavault, turn 2 beats in with the Mutavault a little bit, which I'm fine with. Turn 3 beats in with the Mutavault, and this is fine because he's just taking up his turns. I mean, he's getting in for some damage, but whatever. I run out the Undead Minotaur because if he's going to kill it, I'd rather he kill that than Advocate of the Beast, which indeed he does with a Quag Sickness. Then I get out my Advocate of the Beast, and he responds with tapping a bunch of his mana and then a Verdant Haven, and then using the Verdant Haven to cast a Mana Weft Sliver, so he's got a lot of mana going on. So at this point I'm tempted to just basically straight up Liturgy that right away, but I figure no, you know what, I'm gonna get the Spore Mound out there, get a thing that can block that, and he just activates the Mutavault and cracks off an Enlarge, you know, hitting me for a bunch of damage, getting my Spore Mound out of the picture. But I'm on 9, and I'm like, alright, that's fine. He doesn't actually have a lot of aggression on me. I've got this Advocate, it can block his Mutavault, it can block his Mana Weft Sliver. I think we're doing okay. So I'm still not going to Liturgy the Mana Weft Sliver. I'm going to save it for whatever he's going to cast with all this mana he has. So I Troll Hide up, and I just go ahead and attack, because he can't actually hit me for that much unless he gets the Battle Sliver down there. And lo and behold, there goes the Battle Sliver. I was thinking to myself when I attacked with the Advocate, I was like, alright, well, if he gets the Battle Sliver, he hits me for 7 and I go to 2. We'll just attack. And lo and behold, hits me for 7 and I go to 2. So things are not looking good for our hero. I'm hoping your hero is the same as mine, which is me. But then I'm able to Liturgy of Blood his Battle Sliver into Liliana of the Dark Realms for maximum Liturgy value, which I'm pretty happy about. Get Liliana there, tutor for a Swamp. Not going to attack in this case, because then he can just Mutavault, Mana Weft Sliver, swing and kill me. He casts Lay of the Land. He's only got 2 cards in hand now. And he runs out a Giant Spider and whatever, because he still can't actually get through to kill me, because I have a Deadly Recluse. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Do I cast Garrick's Horde here? No, I cast the Recluse, because I want to keep up Ranger's Guile and regen for my Advocate. I figure that's pretty important to the whole not dying plan. So now, I use Liliana, her -3 ability. I've got 4 Swamps, so I -4... Whoops, -4 the Giant Spider. Play out the Garrick's Horde with Ranger's Guile up to protect it. And there's the top card of my library, the ever-popular Swamp. Move that over here. And Garrick's Horde is a beast. So, you know, little extra Advocate value. I advocate for beasts. So I'm feeling a lot better now. Go search for a Swamp. And so in that instance, it worked correctly. I did the opposite of what I did last time. The top of my deck was a land, so I used Liliana to shuffle my deck, and boom, Sengir Vampire. So I cast him, and then a Voracious Worm. So I attack, and then I cast the Voracious Worm, and then look what I get to draw next turn, the Primeval Bounty. So, oh, and then in the face of that, my opponent just turns it in. And there we go. Primeval Bounty, scaring opponents since the dawn of time. Apparently. So, here's the deck for you to look at if you're curious. If you were ever wondering whether or not Primeval Bounty was a real card, it sure as heck is. And picking up Liliana of the Dark Realms, who, boy, put in some work, you know, is not bad. Like, she's not the most impactful Planeswalker, but she's a Planeswalker. Planeswalkers are Planeswalkers. They're, you know, they're good stuff. And getting a pretty late Garrick's Horde was no small feat either. So, if you have any entertaining drafts, I will be putting up very soon on the Loading Ready Run forums a description of how you can send me your draft data so I can comment on you. comment on you so I can present that information to other people. Sorry, I'm distracted by some loud late-night revelry outside my window. Not as entertaining as the time the clown drove by, but hey, it can't always be winners. So, I hope you enjoyed the DraftCast, and I will talk to you all next time. Thank you for watching.